Boom shakalaka, with Bitcoin's sideways price movement, it is very clear we are in the stagnation phase of the market cycle, but you need to see this inverted chart and this price trend chart prediction. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin in stagnation and where it could potentially go if it just follows where it's been going. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Come join us on Twitter at @Crypto Push that like button. Now today, Fear and Greed 42, up just a touch from yesterday, down from last week and last month. The overall market sideways, Bitcoin at 25,757, Ethereum at 1630, BNB at 214, XRP 50 cents, Dogecoin 6 cents, Cardano $25, Solana $19, and Tron $7. And Bitcoin continuing sideways for pretty much 2 weeks, with the exception of the little jump and then fall off the cliff a day afterwards. But we are coming up close, within about a week, by September 13th, within about a week of encountering this support trend line that we've had since these bottoms back in March. Will that be support once again? Very interesting question. Right now, I'm not sure if you guys know it, but I feel like every day I say the market's going sideways, and then eventually it'll pop up or pop down. But for the most part, 9 out of 10 days, it's market's going sideways. Well, we are in the stagnation phase of the market cycle. This is a sucker's rally, and it pretty much does go sideways for a long time until we break through that. And this is taking a look at Bitcoin wrapping around and around again until we get to disbelief, doubt, hope, and eventually optimism, belief, and euphoria. But we're still a ways off from that. We're actually trapped in the resistance zone of the Rodel ratio that's trapped sideways price action for up to 8 months. Right now we're at 6 months. Could we potentially have a November escape from this? Yeah, it's certainly possible. Look at where this coincides with, because there's a couple other charts later on in the episode that coincide with this same cycle area. Here's one of them. The SLRV ribbons. It inverted on August 13th, 3 days before Bitcoin drops to $25,000, when the green dropped below the red. The last time the metric inverted was just before the FTX collapse. Interesting. Now, if we take a look, we can see that the last inversion during the beginning of the last bull markets were in these same areas that I was just talking about on the previous chart, the resistance zone of the Rodel ratio. And if we take a look, it's pretty much the same pre-halving correction that we see time and time again, getting out from the bottom and then pre-halving correction before some larger upward moves. Bitcoin right now, it's very difficult to be bullish right now because we're going sideways and the bears are very loud and very vocal. A lot of people are scared right now. I wonder why. There is a perfect retest of the weekly EMA 200. Soon we could have support and confirmation. As a matter of fact, if we just flip that chart over again, so I'll show you the actual chart right here, and we're just flipping this section between the two yellow lines over. Now flip this over. Sometimes inverting the chart helps to overcome the fear. Would you buy here? Failed breakout here, fell back down. Failed breakout once again. Do you think it's going to break through there? Probably not. Well, that's an inverted chart. Do you think it's going to break through to the bottom? Probably not. Always could, but probably not. Now, if it were to break down to the bottom, the trend line that needs to hold is this one right here in blue, the $21,000 price, the lowest price that can close without this weekly trend line being broken. So if that were to break, then Bitcoin could be in trouble. But until that happens, it's still all up territory. Don't get trapped in the current lower time frame boring price action. Like I've mentioned time and time again, it is quite boring when things go sideways. The climb is inevitable. You can see after we dip and hit a bottom, eventually price recovers, but it takes a while. It's a long time of sideways before we get into the frenzied price action. We do, though, have an RSI double confluence that 2 times previously has predicted a cycle top within 60 bars, within in the 2 week chart right here. So that time frame would be towards 2025 for that top occurring. But the double confluence is a trend line breakout. So you can see this pink trend line breaking out of there, and also a moving average breakout where it breaks above the yellow line. The purple breaks above the yellow. That happened each time. And each time within 60 bars of there, we had a cycle top. Well, this put the cycle top towards the end of 2024, beginning of 2025. Bitcoin is still on track. As a matter of fact, the Bollinger Bands with profile just signaled a double line on basically this would be the oversold territory in that, or very, very narrow Bollinger Band width. Now, historically, when we've hit the top and printed a double band, Bitcoin went down for 70% both times. Well, could we be in for gains for 70% for Bitcoin at this time, bringing it close to $40,000? It's possible, because if Bitcoin were just to do what it would done previously, we can see Bitcoin has been in this channel for a number of years, the blue channel, and also a log curve, the yellow line right here. Now, trough to peak, historically about 1,100 days. That would put it towards the end of 2025, which differs from this chart by about a year. So we're looking at a top sometime in 2025. But if it were this one, and we just had a curve up to the top of the log curve, $306,000. To the top of the parallel channel, $468,000 per Bitcoin. Patience is your best friend at these moments. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.